our guest today. Uh, we got the great Stan, the executive director. Oh, he said not executive director, just regular director of the College Initiative Program, but not regular though. Magnificent guy, one of the best you could ask for.
That's a good clean. Like you tore me down
we
to pieces.
we are here for another live podcast, man. Have a conversation with my guy. He's gonna put us on with some information about school, and we've been having a lot of conversations about the youth and what their future look like. And Stan is one of the main guys that we send them to actually get that information. So you see him getting ready with the glasses and stuff right now because he mean business, and we're gonna get into it. Mr. Stan.
Yeah, we opened up the conversation because DJ had some questions about the structure and the reason why young people need to go to school, why they need to go to college. And so I'm just here to address some of that and talk about some of the issues that young people encounter in that, right?
Well, high school, yep.
Yeah, and so I believe, and Live in Peace believe that education is essential to giving you more options. There's a quote by Frederick Douglass that education makes a black man unfit for slavery. And I follow that mantra because education will make you unfit for slavery. It will make you unfit to be encompassed by a lot of things that people just don't know. It used to be a situation years ago, where you would graduate from high school and you could go out into the world and you could get a job and you could make a living wage. You know what I mean? Like fresh out. Those days are gone.
Long gone.
Long ago, right?
Long gone.
And so now the onus is having a degree, having secondary education in order to get those same jobs that you could have got out of high school.
A high school diploma right now will only get you eligible to sign the application. You know what I mean? It's not overqualifying you for nothing. So, yes, you're definitely right on that.
Absolutely. I mean, we see it. If you go out there and you apply. So first, before we get to that part, it used to be we were separated, right? Not just by race and color, but like by education, right? And so once we started evening out the playing field and getting the education, they had to move the bar again. That's why, right? It used to be, if you look at it, the level of education dictated what type of job you had, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, so it's still that, but it's just on a whole nother level.
Do you feel personally that college is important, like, for everybody?
I feel it's important, but is it for everybody? No. No, it's not for everybody, but there's other things you can do. You can go out here and get a trade, for sure. You can go out here and get certified in other things by other means, but I just got threw off, bro.
My bad. You good. I feel like...
Question again. Give me the question again.
Do you feel like... Cause I think it's just the way I asked it too. Like, do you feel like college is essential for everybody, like, to be successful?
In a way, yes. In a way, no. I think you can still be successful. I think you can still have a route to be successful, but I think you have a better chance and better options if you go to college.
And that's something that I was kind of like starting to see as just through conversation with certain kids. It's like, hey, man, just try it. Like, it's like not to say go spend all your money and get a whole bunch of student debt, but I'm saying go and give the experience a chance. You know what I mean? Because you never know. You might get into school trying to take some major, and then it turns into just you going straight for a vocation. or like you might meet your best friend, you might start a business up there. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like it's so much more that you can be exposed to compared to like, I ain't gonna say just staying around, but just going straight into the job department.
All that's true, man. I mean, all that fits, and so usually there's a plan already in place, right? These young people have set a plan, and in that plan, they figured out they need to go to college in order to complete that plan. I don't believe in just going to go to school or becoming a lifetime student because they have people that do that too. They're professional students and they just continue to go to school. I think you should have a plan and you set forth that plan. And if college is a part of it, then you go to college. If going to a trade school is a part of that plan, then you go to a trade school. We have to do something that empowers us, right? And going to a 4-year university or going to a 2-year school, it empowers you, and it lets you know that you can accomplish stuff.
One thing I've been hearing a lot lately on TV, social media, whatever, a lot of people have been talking about, like, especially with today with all the technology, it's better off, or you're almost better off getting a specialized education, right? And some people are saying that they should have just went to junior college just to get their general ed and then went to the 4 years so they didn't have to pay all that money. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's different situations, right? That's not always true, and it is true to a certain extent. If you are financially unstable, right, and you're not financially there to go to 4-year, yeah, you should go do your first 2 years at a junior college. If you don't know what you want to do, like you kind of like don't know what major.
I want to educate myself, but I want to go.
I don't know what I
Yeah,
want to do. I think junior college is the best way to go. Not only that, man, junior college prepares you to be at a 4-year, right? But you have to treat it accordingly, right? I think people have a misconception that junior college is for people who can make it in 4 year. That's not true.
yes, I agree.
That's not the truth. That's not the real reality of what that is, right? And so once you get past that, you can use the community college or so-called junior college to your benefit. Sometimes people are not ready to move away. Sometimes people are still home helping their families. They got to work, and so it's not a good time for them to leave. They need that other money coming in to help in the household. So, it's not time to leave. So there can be a ton of reasons why someone would go to a community college locally and not a 4-year. Even the athlete dudes, right? They haven't got picked up by 4 years. They can go to a junior college and play and continue their college, athletics, and then try to move on to a 4-year. So there's a ton of reasons why somebody would go to a community college, right, and then transfer. Or they might want to go to the community college and just get their AA.
For sure.
That suffices for the job that they want, right? Or the job entails that you have at least an AA. You can do that at your community college.
For sure. What would you say is the most common obstacle for your college students, rather college or rather university, or rather 4-year or 2-year? What do you think is the most common issue?
I think the most common issue is how many different people are telling you where they think you should go to school. That's the number one thing, because nobody's taking the classes except for the person that's going to school, right? And so you want them to be completely comfortable and happy with where they're at. I think the second thing is the FAFSA situation as far as the financial aid, the whole thing with that, the whole structure of it can be really slow. It was really slow this year. They went to a new format, which made it even slower. And then the onus on the parent to get the information to FAFSA. It all has to work together. right? And so some of the young people struggle with that, and even like having knowledge of it, right? Like if you don't have knowledge of it, you can make a mistake and it could bode horribly for the student. So that's the biggest thing, I think, is where people are going to school compared to where they want to go to school, the information that they're getting.
What? You don't know me. I don't know you. Let's just say I'm walking into your office and I want to go to college, but I don't know what I want to do, right? What is your best advice on students choosing what schools they're going to go to?
I mean, by the time you get to me, you should be already pretty much knowing what you're doing, right? Usually around second semester of junior year of high school, right? Or maybe even first semester of junior year of high school, you should be already off into this, right? Like where you.
So are we breaking it down to a few schools, or are we like we're set on one?
Well, I mean, everybody has a dream school, right? So you look at all your dream schools and you can apply to as many schools as you want to, but, you have to be in reality. You have to have a reality, right? Like, you didn't take care of business in 9th and 10th grade. You struggled through 11th grade. You got to figure that out, get that together. It's going to be real hard for you to get into Stanford, or if you to get into Harvard or Princeton. Sure. Let's have a reality, right? Let's have a reality. Doesn't mean that you can't get into some great schools. I think what happens is there's a push or a pressure to go to the 4-year. You know what I mean? Like, and then there's a lack of understanding for what the community college or the junior college offers, right? Because people think that a lot of people think that it's a demotion, right? But pretty much the same classes you're going to take first and second year of 4-year is the same classes you could take at the community college.
Yeah.
Right? And instead of paying $14,000 a semester, you pay $9. You know what I mean? Like, come on, because community college in California is free. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we have the Promise Act here. So it's just something to think about. It's a bigger conversation. It's a bigger conversation for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we find ourselves in a situation where it's like, all right, I'm in school, I'm kind of indecisive on my major, and then I've run across a couple of kids too where it's like they're in school and then they're trying to survive, so they have to get jobs. Like, can you get into a little bit of that balance, trying to go to school and then have your education going?
I mean, in our program, I would say 98% of the kids in our college program work. For sure, right? And, like I said before when we was in the conversation earlier, it's for different reasons. Some young people work and all the money go back into the house, or some people work because they got to pay for the other things that aren't covered or their other necessities, you know what I mean, while they're at school. And, it's the nature of the thing. Hopefully they have time and space where they're afforded that, right, where they have time to manage in a job and being a full-time student, which is hard. That's a hard go, right? That's a hard go because most of the time, if it's a part-time job that you're just doing real quick, it's not even
sufficient enough.
It's not scratching the surface. You're kind of like working backwards, you know what I mean? Sure. So a lot of them work full-time jobs. That amazes me. You know what I'm saying? That amazes me. So, you just got to make it work. It is a struggle, but it'll definitely pay off at the end.
For sure. I want to thank you for your time, man. We're going to come back and get another conversation going soon. Hopefully we can get a couple college students to maybe even sit down and give a little testimony of how it was walking through this journey with you. I know you got some graduates you can call for us, so looking forward to seeing you again soon, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks
Live
for
in
having
Peace
me.
Podcast. We'll be back, man. Check us out.
Yep.
Thank you.